show's canceled. Go home. Patriots. The show is canceled. Do not watch this show. Oh, fuck. I always accidentally share it from the wrong account, so it posted twice on my Facebook page. I'm trying to share it on my personal account, and I always click the wrong one and share it on my show account, so then it shares it twice. Oh, dude, I gotta tell you about this Shelly Belly thing. It actually made me feel good about something. About the show last night. My camper's fucked up. I know most of y'all are on Telegram, but that was the easiest place for me to post like a voice memo. My camper's fucked up.
Let 'em burn it out.
Well, I guess it's not my camper.
You wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
I'll tell you in just a second. It's not technically my camper, so as long as the situation that happened didn't destroy like the $500 fucking air conditioner I just bought, or $1,000 air conditioner I just bought, by the time I got it all said and done, or any of the shit in the camper, then maybe I'll be fine. I was only going to go live on TikTok, but Yori bullied me into doing a full stream. After I heard that it was almost too easy, that she got people posting that conversation. Oh, yeah. She's got it. She's posting it everywhere. Like, I kind of warned people, I guess, because I said Kelly was like part of the, say, the demon team or whatever. Yeah, she's freaking out. Here comes the music. We'll roll the intro and do a short show. Obviously I gotta be up in the morning now to work on some stupid shit, but if you're watching on YouTube, I'm gonna leave it up. I'd rather you watch on Twitch. Don't leave Twitch to go to YouTube, please. Don't hurt my numbers in that way, but I'm gonna leave it up. There we go. There's that. Roll the intro.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, Never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways,
What's up,
I
Coral?
hope you have a good show and enjoy it
Coral's our
as you
expert
can. There's a lot
on,
of weird things that
the
go on,
underscore
especially
bullshit, but
when
just
it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland.
I'll tell you in a
So,
second.
enjoy the
Thank you for
show.
the resubscription.
Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. I am Will Bard, and this is the Cold Beer Confessional. I forgot I didn't have a compressor on that. So usually when I talk, and like audio's playing, it like mutes it a little bit so I can talk, and I have my glasses on. I'm worried about my hat. But first of all, thank you for the resubscription, Bullshiffer. I just muted that alert because that was playing. That's Linda Benna. You can find her on YouTube, Twitch, and Cameo. That was a Cameo someone bought for me. Second of all, Coral in the chat. She is actually our residential expert on, what do you call them? Tragedy pimps. They're like the people that do, they call themselves true crime, but really they just grift off the saddest stories they could find. Like, we started talking back during the Summer Wells stuff, and like these horrible people like Molly Golightly that were just making tons of money off Summer Wells. Like they were doing horrible things too, like calling the dad of Summer Wells and trying to get him to come fuck them and get drunk with them and just like crazy stuff. So let me switch this around. Either way, thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. So we had an issue with the camper, and I'll tell you about that right after I tell you about it. Coldbeer.fund, coldbeer.fund. How'd you like that segue? That's pretty good. Coldbeer.fund, where you can go to support the show and most importantly find all my links. If you've seen my content recently, it's kind of surprising I haven't been banned somewhere. But all my links are Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, TikTok, Rumble, Discord, and Bovada. Bovada is an affiliate link where I gamble at. But we are currently live on Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook. But I would rather you watch on Twitch if you can. Someone else mentioned in the chat that their Twitch kept buffering. If you go to the settings cog in the bottom window and lower the resolution some, I actually broadcast at a pretty high bit rate. And if you can't keep up with the bit rate, then you're kind of screwed. But if it'll let you lower the settings, that would work great. So the AI looks off today. It is a little bit. So what I was talking about, the reason the show was canceled, and I was supposed to do a free show and a Patreon show today. The reason that didn't happen is Mariah called me just out of the blue, and she is like, oh, by the way, if you go to coldbeer.fund, you can buy me a coffee, join our Patreon for extra content. You can use the Gun and Bomber animation or Dono Clip. Dono Clip's where you send an audio or a video clip, much like, let's see, this one. What do we have here? How about this one?
Hey, Derek, it's me. I'm hiding out in the trees. But can you hear the water? That's where he does the torture. Can you hear it? That's where he does the torture. He tortures me.
Dono Clip is one of my funnies. I would rather you watch on Twitch. Second best is probably YouTube or Rumble. I understand a lot of people don't watch live on YouTube, and that's fine because I usually don't put the whole live there. But I will be tonight because it's going to be kind of short. You can use Dono Clip to send an audio or video message. It looks like that. Buy me a coffee is what you use to send a text-based message. You send it in there, and I'll read it. And I think that's it. But contribute to the show if you want to. But now, let's tell the story. So I was sitting here getting ready for a show, and I was actually almost getting ready to press a live. Like I had already put up. I was typing out the title on Rumble. Rumble is the hardest one to set up, like a live stream, because I have to manually paste like all the stream keys and stuff over.
Chickaboom one just resubscribed for
Thank you.
11 months. Thanks for the shows.
Look out, Chickaboom. You're almost at a year. Look out. You're getting there. I can't believe I've had people over a year that have just stuck around as man, I don't think I'm that talented. I don't know if I could listen to me for a year. I don't even like watching my replays. But, well, Ramesh is holding Mort Cumstein hostage, so he can't be on here all the time. So I was, Rumble's the hardest live stream to set up because I have to manually paste some keys in. So I always set it up first, and that's where I copy my title from and all that stuff. They have made it easier because you can use a previous live stream as a template now, so you don't have to type everything in. You used to have to type everything in manually, but now it does a template. I just have to change the title, grab the stream key and the stream URL. I have to paste those into Restream, and then I set up the rest of them on Restream. But I was doing that. I was in the process of doing that and just about to hit enter, and Mariah called, and she's like, half the shit in our camper's not working. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she's like, Liam's TV's not working, blah, blah, blah. And then I was trying to she was texting me. and I was trying. Well, she called me first, and I told her I thought I knew what it was, that maybe the inverter went bad. But then she started texting me, and I could clearly tell that's what it wasn't. That wasn't it. So I was going back and forth texting her while I was trying to find my multimeter, asking her what was working and what wasn't. Well, here's the backstory. So for the last few weeks, my power, the last few days, my power, I had seen it kind of fluctuating, okay? Like I could see lights dimming and coming back and different things. Like I could hear things that were running dimming and coming, or like going down and coming back. So I attributed it to the storms that had been through and maybe like power surges and maybe something wasn't great on the grid. But it wasn't affecting everything. Like I went and listened to the boys' air conditioner and my air conditioner, and it wasn't like it was affecting them. They seemed like they were running fine. They weren't like kicking on, kicking off, all that stuff. When's Phil going to get deposed? He's already been deposed. But we're not talking about Phil tonight. Anyways, it was like pulsating. You know what I'm saying? Like the light would get dim for a second, then it would catch back up, and then it'd get dim for a second, and just over and over. And I don't know if this attributes it, but I found this out tonight. I walked back to the box that we're fed from. So I have 50 amp service at where my camper's at. I have 50 amp, 30 amp, and a 110. Like most campgrounds. Well, some of them only have 30 amp, and then the bigger sites have 50. But anyways, I use 50 amp, and I use the 110 for my heat tape for my water hose in the winter, but it was off. So I walked back to that box that fed my camper, and it's a 200 amp service. So 200 amp, and they got 50 going to me, and they got the rest of it going somewhere else. I think 100 amp service going to somewhere else. But the other place it went said campsite 30, and I'm like, I don't remember. I don't remember a campsite 30.
I got a small dick, but wait till it get hard. She gonna be like, damn, shit, my God.
Thank you so much for keeping us laughing with 10 six-packs. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, I had been reading about that fluctuating and stuff. That's what made me think it was the inverter. But anyways, I walked back to the main box, and it said that it was my campsite and campsite 30. And I was thinking, man, what is campsite 30? So I looked on the list, and I actually found out that it's a cabin. And the cabin is called the Cozy. And this cabin was recently torn down. Like, I'm talking like 3 weeks ago, it was torn down. So because they went in there and like they found some like wood rot underneath the window sills, and apparently like the builder who did the roof didn't seal it right, and they had been leaking down in the walls, and there was some wood rot, and they were talking about it would be more than what it's worth to like rebuild it. So they tore it down, and they're going to make it an RV spot. So that got me thinking maybe water got in. But that doesn't make sense because I should have my own line and they should have their own line off 200 amp. It doesn't matter. Anyways. So I went and tested all the fuses, all the breakers. They all tested good with my multimeter. Literally half the stuff is on perfectly fine and half the stuff is not. Some of the outlets work, some of the outlets don't. The refrigerator was out on its outlet, but like the outlet right beside it worked. The boys' TV and stuff didn't work, and the Wi-Fi where the router was plugged in didn't work, but other lights did. It was very strange. So I finally went. I couldn't find anything wrong, and I went through the batteries. I went through the. I just checked the input on the inverter, or I'm sorry, the output on the inverter. And I really wasn't finding anything wrong, and I went all the way back to the meter base. And at the meter base, I have a 50 amp is like 4 prongs. 3 flat blades and a round pin. And I went and checked that. And for some reason, it should have 120 volts on one leg and 120 volts on the other leg. That's how you get 240, 50 amp, right? You add the 2 hot legs together. And when I started messing with it at first, I heard sizzling. It sounded like bacon in a pan. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck. What the hell is that? So I very cautiously messed with the breaker, messed with the plug, blah, 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 before I even got the meter out. Nothing changed. The sizzling did stop eventually, but I was hearing sizzling at one time, probably 4 or 5 times. And it felt like when I would touch the switch or the plug or the breakers when I would hear it, and I thought, God damn, I'm going to die out here. But finally, the sizzling stopped or whatever, and I unplugged it, and instead of having 120 and 120, a neutral and a ground, I have 120, a neutral and a ground and a dead. It's just dead. So there's nothing across the second power leg. So, or the first power leg, I don't know. But there's nothing across. There's only 120 on it. So it's only half feeding. What I hope didn't happen, I don't think it would, because I've seen people run, like rig their campers up to run like off a 110 plug. But I hope it didn't fuck nothing up in there that was running. Like that was only getting like fucking half the phase it was supposed to get or some shit. Like I don't know. I'm not an electrician. I know just enough to probably kill myself. But I know it should have 240 volts on it, and it does not. So I heard the sizzling. So tomorrow, I guess what I'm going to do is hopefully nothing in the camper's fucked up from that, like the shitty power we were getting. But tomorrow what I'm going to do is kill it at the breaker before my box and then open my box up. Since I heard sizzling in there, I'm assuming there's going to be like a loose connection that fried itself loose, or I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I just hope it didn't hurt anything. I can always, like, I like my spot. I could always run an extension to a different meter base, or they said they would call the electrician and see if he'd check it out. They have an actual electrician, but I'm just going to check and see if there's something simple. I haven't had anything damaged from underpower. That's good. I haven't either, like in a house, but like I don't know how the camper does I guess it would be the same. I don't know how the camper takes the 240 and splits it up. Like, I hope something wasn't like half powered and like that made it cycle too much or kick off too much or get too hot. I don't know. But either way, hopefully nothing's messed up. A power surge can fuck shit. No, I don't think we had no power surge. So hopefully that works out. We'll see. But Mariah and the boys moved over to one of the cabins for the night because Mariah's terrified that she's always been terrified of like a fire. That's the one thing that scares her about the campers, because she saw these videos about how campers like burn up super quick. Check the ground on the neutral leg at the cabin demo site. Okay, I will check that. I just brought that up because that's the only, we've been there for a long time, and that's the only thing that's changed is if we're being fed the same as this cabin was being fed, and they just tore it down. And they tore it down like a while back, like a couple weeks ago, but we just had the first big storm since they tore it down. So like if there was something loose, or the wind could have knocked something, or a tree branch, or if water could have fucked with it or something, that could be something, I guess. But I'll check stuff at the other side. But yeah, it was just weird. Like I said, I'm not an electrician. I don't claim to be. Like I can wire up outlets and shit like that and run an outlet, but that's about it. I can run a 3-pole switch, so I'm better off than most people. But I'm not exactly an electrician by no means. I just try to be safe and turn shit off, and I don't know. I'm kind of a pussy around electricity. I saw a guy get arc flashed one time from an industrial cabinet, and ever since then, like I used to just like when I would do like a remodel or something, even like 110 or whatever, I would just wire shit up. And then I saw arc flash hit a guy one time, and he died on a job site, and I thought, yeah, I don't want to die like that. like maybe I understand he was dealing with like 480 and it fucking whatever he was dealing with, but goddamn, I don't want to fucking die like that. So I'm just gonna start shutting shit down. If I got to shut down the whole house to work on something. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I've been on a job site where a few people have died. So that guy got hit in the chest, he died. It actually blew him back quite a bit. It ripped or burned open his shirt, and he had like a big black space on his chest when I saw him. I was at a job site where a guy got backed over by a crane, a big Manawak 31,000, a huge fucking crane, with 185 foot of stick in it or something. It was huge, big crawler crane. And I've been on 2 job sites where people have fallen to their death. RV power cables are at 150 plus. Yeah, well, so luckily we're really good friends with the campground owner, because the first thing she said is if there's some type of extension or something that you can use here at the campground, which there are, there just wasn't one that I needed. There were different generator cords. There were different 30 amp cords and extensions. There just wasn't one that I could use unless I, stepped it down from 30 to 50 or whatever. Anyways, she helped us out. So hopefully we get it back up and going. Yeah. Yeah, you say lockout, tag out, but I can't tell you how many fucking shady ass companies I've worked for before that's had like this guy quit. We need you to go fucking bust his lock off. And we need you to go cut this lock loose. Take a couple big wrenches over there and knock his fucking lock off. He quit. He drug. He walked off. He popped hot and got fired to go bust his lock. And I'm thinking, man, I hope they ain't saying that shit and that motherfucker's around here somewhere. I don't know. Either way, so I don't plan on doing a super long show. I just come to hang out with you. I got a couple things that I want to tell you. One was the camper story because I let everybody know on Telegram. I know not everybody's on Telegram, but that kind of sidetracked me, and that's where I've been at for the last, well, I guess over 2 hours now. It didn't feel like that long, but I guess it's, a 15-minute drive, 15, then working around. The river's perfect for tubing right now. I finished the outdoor shower project. That one was done. It is always something. It's the bird curse. It follows me around. I bored the hell out of them while you were gone. Yeah, I saw you looking like a homeless ass veteran. That's the camper story. It's always something. You can't get ahead. If it was raining fucking titties, I'd get beat down by dicks. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. But we did make a little bit of a splash. So someone sent me an email, which I thought was really, really interesting. It was from, it was just from an anonymous person. And it says, "This Telegram channel loves you. They were on your live last night, laughing their asses off and making memes. They make memes and wreak havoc with Shingle Demon and her monkeys." I guess they're talking about Shelly. So like apparently another Telegram channel was watching us last night and they enjoyed the show. It says, "Check it out. If you need a link to get on, let me know." And I asked for a link, but I haven't heard back from them before. And I posted it in Telegram if you're part of Telegram. But so apparently they were calling me the Lizard King troll last night while they were live, fucking going back and forth watching our live stream. So it says Shelly and the Remnant Room slandering and defaming people. The Lizard King troll. That's very funny. That is very funny.
Trotherroast just resubscribed for 11 months.
Thank you, Trotherroast. You're about at a year too. Damn. I don't even feel like I've known you for that long. So there's we've got some fans out there, I guess. Yeah, that's what he said. I didn't know that was the name of it, but he said meme on Pure Art on Telegram. Yeah, I guess the Pure Art people. But yeah, I'm not part of that group, but they thought it was funny. Either way. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong sometimes. And typically does. So the Pure Art Telegram was watching our live stream last night, and it was pretty funny. I haven't really gotten Shelly to answer me. If you didn't see the live stream last night, I just posted it before I left to go work on the camper. If you didn't watch the replay on YouTube, holy shit. They troll the Remnant Room. Cool. I've noticed some trolls sometimes in her live calls, but I didn't know who they were. Phil's chat tonight had several messages saying, "Don't tell that Will Bird guy." I'm assuming Phil's. Phil's lying about this stupid ass General Flynn video, and we've got it confirmed by several different people, including the person who recorded the video. So he was talking about. So I'll show you the video first. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I'm kind of behind on this. It happened a couple days ago, but he I think he even kind of panicked and shared, like, I guess a fake shill account of his or a sock account of his saying Phil wouldn't share this if it wasn't about Phil. Oh, they even put a little troll on the train. I didn't even notice that. Do you guys see that? It might be too small on y'all's screen. They even put a little troll on the screen on the train. That's funny. Yeah, all Phil does is lie. They prayed the demon out of chat. Good deal. They need to. When they all fucking synced up and started saying the Lord's Prayer, that was the craziest thing. That was terrifying. I could just imagine myself on a stone altar and they've got some type of ancient fucking squiggly ass dagger holding it over my head. And like it's just thundering the Lord's Prayer. For thee, my Lord, for thee. I'm like, what the fuck was going on, dude? It was like, man, it was deafening. It was deafening. I thought about giving up. Changing careers or something. That was terrifying. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that was terrifying. Like it gave me panic attacks of when I was forced to go to church as a kid, and we would have this Easter play, and my dad was actually in it. He played a Roman soldier in it, but it was terrifying. Like the Roman soldiers would come up and they would have like hammers and spikes, and they'd be like hitting them together, like ding ding, like hitting them together. And then they'd come up and they would almost like heckle the audience. Like, I don't know. It just it was scary for me as a young kid, like 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'd go to judgment houses where they tried to scare you that you're going to hell. Instead of going trick or treating, we'd go to these things. We went trick or treating too, but it was during Halloween time. You went to these things called judgment houses. Hey, what's up, Bucka? Where you would go and they would try to basically convince you that you're going to hell and save you, get you saved or whatever. Like, those were weird. They would always, like, you'd go to each one of these rooms, and each one of these rooms would be like a portion of like a play, basically. And by the time you went to each room, you watched the whole play. But they were really scared. There's some creepy motherfucking things going on. So this is the video Phil's lying about. It happens at about 1 minute 51 seconds, but we'll watch it. Oh, I got to move it and get you audio.
That's easy. That is a very, very easy. They want more power. They want more money. Okay? That's one light. The other light, and that's easy. That is a very, very easy light to go and find. It's a very easy light. And believe me, I've seen this. I know this.
Bucka, last night somebody prayed erectile dysfunction on me. I thought they were just trying to pray me out of their chat. Then I got home and my dick didn't work. So I don't know. Must have been the ED prayer.
They're going, we'll pay your mortgage. We'll take care of your kids for life. Okay? That's the way. That's the easier path. Okay? That's the easier path. The harder right.
Remember when that crazy bitch that used to run? Now, I like Sunshine now, but you remember that crazy bitch Mary that used to run around with Sunshine, and she kept telling that Gordon kept telling people that Mary sucked the evil out of me. And that big old fat sloppy motherfucker, he's just thinking, I wish I could get anybody to suck on it.
A harder right, and I used to teach this in the military, because there's times when you have to make a decision. But my mother, and I learned this from my mother. My mother used to say as a teenager, it's the hardest time, it's the worst time of life, she would say. When we were teenagers, she would tell us that. It's the worst time of life. And I was like, what do you mean? Because you're going to have to make really hard decisions, but they're the right decisions.
Oh, also, before we end this live stream, I'm going to fire up, I just updated voice, what's it called? It's not voice meter, voice something. I just updated the program, and we're going to pick out a good demon voice mod. We're going to pick out a good demon voice. I'll switch my audio over to it so I can start calling into some of these prayer shows.
Get out of that car when all those kids are drinking and driving, right? Get out of that car. Simple things like that. The harder right path to choose will come with sacrifice. Okay, it will come with a new set of decisions in your life. You might lose friends. You might upset your family members. You may sacrifice your job.
By the way, the real guy he's talking about is that black guy and his wife. This black guy's name is Phil Smith, and his wife is named Bernadette. Burnett. I can't remember. One of those two. Smith.
Right? I mean, I hope, I pray, is that you're hearing it for the first time. Because you know,
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
I've never once there's no way to know for sure. I've always said that, assless chap. There's no way to know for sure. People think that his followers on Locals are all paid. They're not. I'm one of them. Bernadette, thank you. But yeah, there's no way to know for sure. But he's making a ton a month on Locals. And what's crazy is it is a worse experience. He can't share his screen. The servers are the same. It messes up more often. It's always the one that doesn't have audio or doesn't have video. It doesn't have this, doesn't have that. And he's making, he's making anywhere between, what would that be? Between 45,000, you got 90,000. Yeah, that's right. Between $45,000 and $90,000 a month off Locals. Off Locals only. That's not counting him robbing 401ks and shit.
I'm just talking about using the God-given common sense that we all have. Just use it. Okay? I really I'm so blessed to have people in my life like Bernadette, like Phil, like Leon. You know, and we've met through this journey, right? We've met through this journey. And
did you hear it? He named them right there. He named his friends right there. This is why Phil shared this video. He even put the 151 timestamp on it.
Have people in my life like Bernadette, like Phil, like Leon.
Like Bernadette, like Phil, like Leon. Now, the guy who actually recorded this video has commented saying, oh, he's trying to use our video now. He was talking about Phil and Bernadette Smith. They're the black couple that's up on stage, because I looked up Phil and, oh shit, I got to spell it right. Phil and Bernadette Smith Church, I think's the way I found it. Yeah, it's the Eternal Word Church. And that's where he's speaking at right now. That's where he's speaking from. The Eternal World Church. They have like a who we are kind of deal, and then I showed you the black people on screen already. So if I open this image in a new tab, these are the people we're talking about down here at the bottom. I'll zoom in. So these two people right here who we're talking about, this black man and his wife. And then if we go back to the video where he's over here, when he walks past the stage, damn, I should have moved again. When he walks past the stage, look in the background.
That's the way. That's the easier path. Okay? That's the easier path. The harder.
Damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Bring it back. All right. So.
Right.
Damn it. Stop. I'm clicking too quick. So that's them right there. See them in the corner? I'll zoom in on them as well. So that is Phil and Bernadette right there. She's on the left, he's on the right. And same here. She's on the left, he's on the right. Phil and Bernadette. Now, Phil shares that, of course. Twitch chat guy disconnected from SammyBot. Oh no. Who's recording all the Williams? That's supposedly what Phil wanted to share with everybody. Now, he shares this video, and he says... Sorry, let me go back to it. He shares this video and doesn't say anything except he says 151 mark and then puts on the sunglasses, right? The meme with the sunglasses emoji with the sunglasses. Was a woman that recorded it. She ran for governor of Michigan and didn't get much support. Oh, I just saw it. The person posted. And Phil says tonight's live is delayed until Tuesday, August 8th at 9 p.m. Tuesday's live will be worth the wait. We will still have our 1 ounce silver American giveaways for local subs. Then someone says my next live after Tuesday the 8th will be on Thursday the 10th, blah, blah, blah. He shares a post about DeSantis, says, of course, Trump lost the 2020 election. Everybody else agrees that he lost the 2020 election. He shares a post of himself saying, hello, and then he's blanked it out. Thanks for watching. I have really important insight that I'd love to share with you. And he's saying, these messages circulating Rumble are not from me. I very rarely, if ever, respond to the comment section on Rumble. If I do rarely respond, it certainly is not with an important insight to a fake Gmail account. So some bot is faking to be him, which is shitty as he is. Hell, it might be him. He then shares a Don Jr. Video, or I guess it's a video. Let's see this. Let's see what this is. Oh, we'll come back to it. Let me go to the post where he's trying to save
Hot Bodie
face.
Sauce just resubscribed for 3 months.
Oh, shit. Thank you, Hot Bodie Sauce. It is a pancake. It's a panorama pancake. Let me go to where he's trying to save face, and we'll come back to this. So someone in his chat was arguing that that's not him, right? That General Flynn was not talking to him. And he forwards a post from Lori H. And then her username is Lori H. Praying Hands, American Flag, Bald Eagle. That's her username. Those are emotes. Lori H. with the emotes of Praying Hands, American Flag, Bald Eagle. And she's responding to someone, and she says, you must not be a longtime follower of Phil Godlewski. I can assure you, as most on here could as well, that Phil would not post a video of Flynn mentioning a Phil if he wasn't sure. All of you on Donna's channel are gossiping that Phil has made millions from grifting, when in fact, his following is growing and more proof is coming out that Phil is an important part of this awakening. And he made his millions by doing his contract work to help humanity. Obviously, that's not true, but Phil's going to share anything that makes him feel better. I noticed every time I comment, your ratings go up by 10%. Oh, shit. It was supposed to be, we got off to a bad start. You have to watch the replay, Two Wolves. It was supposed to be a free show, then a Patreon show. He then says that he made his millions by, Lori H isn't a real person. This is Phil posting. But anyways, made his millions by doing contract work to help humanity, including you and all the haters, whatever you want to accept. Whether you want to accept it or not. And for this Donna lady, her posts are quite tacky. Not a good look. Not a good look. So Phil shares that. And then, of course, we know if he's sharing it, he's condoning it. He'll claim that, like, I didn't say that I made all my money doing contracts for humanity's work. But he shared a post that said it as if he endorsed it. Or else when he shared it, he would say, most of this is right, except for the part about, making the money, or I'm not sure General Flynn was talking about me, blah, blah, blah. When he shares it, he condones it. Then he after that, he posts a hand pointing up to it and says, well said. Well said. As if he's agreeing with this. Now, someone else messaged me and said, hey, I'm in this Donna group. I'm in the Donna group. And the Donna group that they're talking about, I don't even know what the name of the group is. And there's not many people in there. And this 100% is Phil. Or he says, this is more than likely probably Phil's account. There's barely any comments on Donna's page, like barely, but he's freaking out about this now. Because people have come out and said, that's not you. He's not talking about you. In another post, it says he uses these types of tactics to satisfy the lies he told his followers. His real scam, among many, is getting people to completely gut their retirement of any money they have in banks and put it in precious metals-backed investments for which he receives a lot of money from. These poor people are being hit hard initially, and he has them convinced they will be rich like him in the future. It would be amazing if General Flynn would actually speak his name and denounce his behavior. Would save a lot of people further harm financially from being sucked into believing his lies. Someone says, I will reach out to General Flynn. I know I have a contact with him. And they're supposed to reach out. He doesn't allow questions in his chat, but if he doesn't like what you ask, your question gets deleted immediately and or banned from his chat channel. So that was in the Donna group where everybody was talking shit about him. There aren't many. It doesn't look like there are many people in there. Oh, that was the post. And now fake Godlewski who scammed. Okay. That was the post I was talking about earlier. Oh, Phil done messed up big time, hence the frantic post, which he's barely had any lately. The video share is going to bite him in the ass big time. Let's go back over here. So Phil shares it as if to endorse that General Flynn said his name. Well, clearly we know that's not true, but we'll listen to it one more time. At 151, here's 145. Listen to him say Phil and Bernadette.
People in my life, like Bernadette, like Phil, like Leon, you know, and we've met through this journey, right? We've met through this journey. And
there they are again, right there on stage. He even looks at them when he's talking about we've met through this journey. He even looks up to them. This is so dumb. Phil should just say, yeah, Phil Smith was there with his wife, and yeah, that he had to have a cover for it. But really, that was a wink and a nod at me. That would be the way to share this. It is so fucking stupid. I hope Christine McCaslin's attorney requires Phil to publicly acknowledge on all social media that he did the FBI message regarding Christine. I think his claim is he what he told me when I was aggravating him about it. He told me that he responded to me that he didn't make it. Someone sent it to him, but he knew that he even said it might not be FBI or government, but I know the information inside of it's right. Which it isn't, but.
Sure. It's just, I mean, where the things that we do, we get attacked constantly. But this is the harder right path. This is the path that I know because I've already exited the valley. Okay, I've been in it with the worst, and I've exited it.
All right, so that's General Flynn getting up on his cute pony. And, of course, he's not talking about Phil Godlewski. Was he ever talking about Phil Godlewski? Don Jr. takes your questions live, and this says, Don Jr., who is Q?
Who is Q? You'll never know, folks. I'm not sure. Or maybe I know, and I just can't tell you. Who do you guys think it is, out of curiosity?
This right here doesn't surprise me at all. I don't even know why they're sharing this. Like, Donald Trump has fully embraced the Q movement and what's going on around it, and he's instructed the people around him to do it as well. Yeah, he's fully embraced that shit. It sounds like there might even be another indictment coming out for Donald Trump. By the way, there's a misunderstanding, and I see it in the Q-tards. And I see it in the Donald Trump himself,
John Dugan,
his friends, his supporters.
For 7 months.
Thank you, John Dugan. Yeah, I don't trust General Flynn at all. Fuck him. He's one of the biggest Q-tards there is. But even though he tells Lynn Wood privately that he thinks they're a bunch of retards, he supports it. But anyways, there's a common misconception in the right that Donald Trump over the election interference indictment is someone's trying to silence his free speech. If you go through and read the indictment, which we still have to do on the channel, we've read the one for the documents, but we still have to read the other one. The indictment specifically says, he is not being indicted for what he said. That is protected under the freedom of speech. He is not being indicted for possibly lying. It doesn't matter. He's allowed to lie under freedom of speech, right? He could either truly believe the election was stolen from him, or he can know it wasn't stolen and still make the statement the election was stolen, and that doesn't matter. It's protected under free speech. But as soon as he disenfranchises somebody to vote by this shit that he's putting out there, that's when the indictment comes up. But if you read the indictment, it specifically protects his right to speech on Truth Social or anywhere else that he wants to say the election was stolen. No one cares. He can lie about that. He can tell the truth about that. He can say all he wants. But as soon as he starts taking away from the actual voting or possibly instructing people to do other things or this or that, even fucking Mike Pence come clean. And he was like, look, I took notes of everything. They were at first they were telling me to do this and just question and just slow it down and just hold it a little bit. But then they were telling me like, oh no, you're basically gonna pick the president and you're gonna pick Trump. They say they have everything they need. Yeah, that Georgia's supposed to be the next one. That'll be 4 of them total. He then shares, Phil then shares something from American Patriot. It says, big on the banking side, Bank of America was closing U.S. branches in August. Banks had until Sunday, 6 August, to sync up with Central Bank of Iraq and its new Iraq dinar rate. Wells Fargo customers were reporting that their deposits were disappearing from their accounts. Plus, on March 7th, August, the world's largest bank, the United Bank of Switzerland, America Group, has announced they were making sweeping changes and restructuring their bank. Half of this shit's not true. I don't know about the other half. I haven't looked into it. But no one's syncing up with the Iraqi dinar. The fuck out of here. He also shares from American Patriot, all BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, plus 104 others, were releasing from the fiat U.S. dollar and no longer accepting it for international trade. That's also not true. He shares the Twitter George Magazine post saying that this is our most popular. Basically, it says, take a look back at Trump's first indictment in our best-selling date to issue to date. And it just happens to be the one he's in it, but it's also the first one that fully features Trump and his indictment and shit. It has nothing to do with Phil. Well, it probably has something to do with Phil. His retards bought it, but still. They could have got Scott McKay's retards or Mike Penny's retards or any other retards. It has Trump on the cover. Donald Trump says, he shares a tweet or a truth, I guess, from Donald Trump that says they just found a letter from crooked Joe Biden to Kevin Archer. Oh, well, so much for Joe not knowing anything about all the money he extorted. At some point, lamestream media will have to cover the story, perhaps the biggest scandal in U.S. history. When they do, our country will start to heal. Speaking of Donald Trump truthing, they may be reaching for a gag order for Donald Trump around the case. Not because he's given like anything away, but it does seem like he may be making threats. He said he basically truthed out, if you come after me, I'm coming after you. So now it seems like he may be making threats, and even if those aren't genuine threats, could that have a chilling effect on potential witnesses? Yeah, it could. So they may be even actually going for a gag order against him to where he can even discuss his case on social media. He shares a post from Wall Street Silver. It says the Federal Reserve is a Ponzi scheme that prints money out of thin air and loans it to us with interest. That's just for people who don't understand the financial system. He shares this video from Midnight Rider channel.
So you're going after my boy Donnie again. What the fuck does this guy have on you guys that you spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year? For 8 years going after this guy. What the fuck does he know about you? I want to know now. I want to know what Trump knows about you.
If he knew something about all these people that were going after him, when he had done something, when he had the highest political office in the world.
That all you do is try to put this guy in jail. That's how you're going to get rid of him. That's a political opponent you're putting in jail.
I think so. This is kind of unprecedented territory, right? I love how everybody goes, this is political interference because he's a political opponent and you're putting him in jail. Yeah, but Trump knew this was coming. Do you guys not remember he had one of the earliest announcements ever in recorded history? Definitely in the last fucking 60 some years. He announced like a fucking year and a half before anybody else announced they were running. Because he was like, oh, well, they can't do this. I'm sitting president. Oh, they can't do this because I might run. Oh, they can't do this because I am running. Oh, they can't do this because I'll probably win the nominee. Like, he's trying to protect himself. Like, but they're not going to let that just slide.
Come on, folks. Who's with me?
I'm not. W Pop 18. Aren't you too old for TikTok? He shares this that says Joe Biden is a big lie.
It's a big lie. I was being reminded by a friend of mine, and maybe you were with me, I can't recall, when we were told that, you know, Goebbels in The Great Lie, you keep repeating the lie, repeating the lie. Well, there was a print that when Dresden was bombed, firebombed, there were 250 people that were killed, or was it 2,500 people were killed?
The great orator.
And Goebbels said, no, 25,000 or 250,000 were killed. And our papers printed that. Our papers printed it. It's the big lie. People will know it's one thing for one man, one woman, to repeat the lie over and over and over again. By the way, Trump said that before he ran.
Put the cameras in there.
Say it enough, I'm going to convince you. I'll say it enough.
He is running for a third term in their minds, which is problematic. It is to us, but it's not to them. It's not to them. That's true. My question always was, if they don't indict him now, when should they have? Never. That's true. I mean, just because someone's running for president doesn't, I mean, like he did, if he did what is stated in that that latest indictment, that is terrifying, guys. He wanted to put people in place. He got rid of Barr and wanted to put an attorney general in place that would say that the election was stolen, even though they really didn't have any fucking proof. And he wanted to try to stay in office. And when people said there'll be mass riots, like there'll be people killing each other in towns and cities across America, they were told that's what martial law is for. The only reason that guy didn't get in as attorney general is because it would have looked so bad. It would have looked like a fucking coup, because half the people that work for the Justice Department is like, if you put him in, we're resigning. We will fucking resign. And Trump didn't want it to look like that. He wanted a plan where it looked like people supported him into this.
The press is bad. The press is bad. The press is bad. The press is bad. If he's the only one saying it, that's one thing. But the acolytes that follow him, like Cruz and others, they are as responsible as he is. And so it's not about whether or not...
I can't believe people that we thought we could trust came out and lied at such magnitude.
They get impeached. It's about whether or not they can continue to hold power because of the disgust the American people have for their actions.
I mean, at least if he gets reelected, we know at the end of his 4 years, I think it's going to be fucked up. He already said, if you come after me, I'm going after you. I'm going to, Joe Biden did this. I'm going to put a special counsel in, blah, 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 blah. He's making political threats, obviously. But at least he'll have to leave at the end of the 4 years. If he tries to stay after that, surely to God somebody would stand up to him then.
There are decent people out there who actually believe these lies because they've heard it again and again. I was with a friend of mine who's a medical doctor telling me that his neighbor said to him, he lives in another state, his neighbor's a good person, said, but doc, this is true. There's a lot of chicanery that went on in this election. He said, tell me what? Well, I just know there was.
If they had that many people, why is the video looped 4 times?
They say it is.
What is this, fucking 50 votes?
They say it is. This is a human condition. You say it and say it and say it and say it. The degree to which it becomes corrosive is in direct proportion of the number of people who say it. And so it's interesting to me, and I was pleased to hear some of the more prominent Republicans say to me that Ted Cruz's of the world are as responsible in terms of people believing the lies as, not as responsible, but similarly responsible like Trump.
There you go. That's the video he shared. Invigorating, I guess. He shares another video that's supposedly about the United States corporation.
The state of London and the Vatican, a third city-state was officially created in 1982. That city-state is called the District of Columbia and is located on 10 square miles of land in the heart of Washington. The District of Columbia flies its own flag and has its own independent constitution. Although geographically separate.
There's nothing wrong with that. You realize that, right? that it flies its own flag and has its own constitution, so does every fucking state. Every fucking state flies their own flag and has their own constitution.
The city-states of London, the Vatican, and the District of Columbia are one interlocking
It's also not a city-state because it would have to be a state. It's a district.
empire called Empire of the City. The flag of Washington's District of Columbia has 3 red stars, one for each city-state in the 3-city empire. This corporate empire of 3 city-states controls the world economically through London's inner city, militarily through the District of Columbia, and spiritually through the Vatican.
Oh, wow.
The Constitution.
I don't know where this film came from, but this looks like some shit from that Rick Strawcutter guy that used to be Mariah's old preacher.
The Constitution for the District of Columbia operates under a tyrannical Roman law known as Lex.
Yeah, it's set up in the Constitution. They say that an area not exceeding 10 miles squared or something like that will become the seat of the government of the United States or some shit like that. It's in the Constitution.
Which bears no resemblance to the U.S. Constitution. When Congress passed the Act of 1871, it created a separate corporate government for...
Wrong. We're not going to listen to this bullshit. It incorporated the government so they could make laws and shit. So they could have a mayor and board of representatives or whatever they call them. He forwards something from, oh God, Tirone Z Ultra Verban Vincent SW1007 American flag heart American flag bald eagle. So that's a short name. Instead, President Trump baited and trolled his enemies into establishing new precedents that can later be used against them. 1, former presidents can be impeached. 2, former presidents can be forced to relieve or to reveal tax and business records. 3, former presidents lose executive privilege. 4, former presidents can be forced to release phone records and text messages. 5, former presidents can have their homes raided by the FBI. 6, former presidents can be subpoenaed. 7, former presidents can be indicted and arrested. So in their heads, the reason this is all happening is so he can do it to other people. So they're setting new precedent. He tricked them. 5D chess. None of those happened to any president before Trump. None of this shit happened before Trump. Nobody's trying to stay in fucking office either and fire anybody who opposed him and appoint new people right before he's supposed to leave office. Or tell fucking his vice president in December, hey, I want you just make me president. Or call up a governor and say, give me a break. I need 11,000 votes. Find them. Find 11,000 votes. President Trump himself was the bait for each of those traps. His enemies are so desperate to get Trump, and they spent 7 years throwing everything at him. 7 years of constant witch hunts and hoaxes. As each scam failed, they just manufactured a new one. President Trump baited them each step of the way. Example 1, Trump's tax returns when finally released. By the way, people like to follow Trump's narrative and say that the Russian stuff was like a full hoax, a witch hunt. People got arrested over that and got in trouble. His own son had a meeting with a Russian fucking spy who promised them that she would have dirt on Hillary Clinton if they would meet with her and take her donation. And met with her with Rudy Giuliani and others. Turns out she was lying, but there was absolutely 100% people that were fucking working with other people from fucking Russia to do stuff. Just because Donald Trump didn't do it and separated himself from it doesn't mean that they weren't fucking around with Russia. They absolutely were. As these scam found, they just manufactured a new one. President Trump baited them each step of the way. Example 1, Trump's tax returns when finally released were squeaky clean. But he acted like there was something to hide, tricking the Democrats into fighting him all the way to SCOTUS, where the new precedent has now been set. I think Trump did want his tax returns released because he didn't want people to see how little he spent in taxes. I think that he likes people to think that he's richer than he actually is. And it had some stuff to do with the campaign finance stuff that he was in trouble with in New York. But whatever. 2, former president. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the wrong spot. Example 2, impeach just means accused. So Democrats accused Trump of stuff as they've been doing for years, but there was no evidence. There was tons of evidence. Trump was exonerated twice in his first term. Pelosi presided over 2 failed impeachments. Her TDS backfired and a new precedent was set. Before any deep state players could be impeached, forced to reveal tax business records, stripped of executive privilege, forced to release phone records and text messages, be raided by the FBI, subpoenaed, indicted, and arrested. These all had to happen to Trump first. 2016, Hillary will get Trump. 2017, tax returns. 2017, Comey. 2018, Mueller. 2019, Stormy. 2019, Avanti. 2020, impeachment 1. 2021, Tish James. 2022, impeachment 2. 2021, impeachment 2. 2021, Garland. 22, Jan 6. 22, taxes again. 23, Stormy again. 23, Alvin Bragg. 23, E.J. Carroll. 23, Jack Smith will get Trump. And that was their whole post. Did you ever just think that he's kind of a shitty guy and he's doing very shady things? Like, not everything has to be a fucking witch hunt manufactured bullshit. Like, maybe he's just doing fucked up shit and people are like, whoa, this is fucked up. And you're brainwashed. My live tonight is moved to 9 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern. Breaking, Michigan police find tens of thousands of fake voter registration bags, prepaid gift cards, guns with silencers, burner phones, and a Democrat-funded organization with multiple temporary facilities in several states in the 2020 in a massive 2020 voter fraud bust. This is from something called Leading Report. I don't even know if I trust this. Let's see what they've got. I've never heard of Leading Report. Have you guys? Here it is. The Gateway Pundit is the other one. Their contribution assisting the story to election, blah, blah, blah. On October 8, 2020, only 1 month before 2020 general election, Muskegon, Michigan city clerk Ann Misch noticed a black female whose name was redacted from the police report dropping off between 8,000 and 1,000 completed voter registration applications at the city clerk's office. The Muskegon Police Department was contacted and asked to investigate on 10/21/2020. First Lieutenant Mike Anderson was contacted by Tom Fabus, Chief of Investigations for Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel's office. According to the Michigan State Police report, Mr. Fabus asked for Michigan State Police to assist in a joint investigation of alleged voter fraud being conducted by the Muskegon Police Department and AG. An investigation task force was formed. An investigation was initiated. I do not trust the Gateway Pundit anymore at all. Contacted Muskegon Police Department after noticing irregularities in voter registration applications received in both in person. But so wait, did she see someone dropping off 10,000 ballots, or did she notice irregularities in voter registration applications in person and by mail? The fuck? That changed drastically, didn't it? Hold on just a second. Somebody freaked out today in my Telegram. It was like, oh, what do you think about this guy? He shows different trends of the past, prove that it was fake and the election was stolen. Previous trends don't prove anything when you're talking about Trump. There's never been a candidate like him. There's never been anybody act like him. There's never been anybody that made fucking voters love him as much or hate him as much. Like, I don't give a fuck about trends. I give a fuck about trends. What the fuck is this? Sorry, I'm looking for other sources for this. I don't know any of these sources that are popping up. the SGT report, VIN News, Health Thoroughfare, thesavagenation.com. Like, I don't know any. Why is there no above topsecret.com, thedroppings.com? Why is there nobody that I know that is sharing this story? Politicsnews.com, mycopper.net. This seems pretty wild that no one's covering it. Became suspicious when a female, whose name redacted, blah, 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 hand delivered thousands of voter registration office, many of them in the same handwriting. Deadline for in-person. The suspect returned to the Muskegon City Clerk's office, delivered additional registration forms in person. Estimated that brought an additional 2,500 forms. Contacted the police department. A quantity of voter registration forms were highly suspicious, possibly fraudulent. Mitch's opinion was based on the fact that numerous forms appeared to have been completed by the same writer, and upon initial examination, addresses on multiple forms were invalid or non-existent. Cool, the system worked. Refuse those. This is just voter registrations, so refuse those. Cool. Phone numbers on multiple forms were erroneous, and signatures on multiple forms didn't appear to match signatures on file with the Department Secretary. These addresses did not match the Muskegon City House numbering system. Another form listed 80 West Southern Avenue, which is the address for the Muskegon House School, and is clearly not a residence. Later in the report, the name of a female suspect was unredacted. Michigan State Police investigator assigned the case to the female suspect, with the female suspect who complained that she was being paid $1,150 a week to find unregistered voters and provide them with a form so they can get registered to vote and obtain their absentee ballot. The only problem with this is the handwriting of the voter registration was the same. Well, they thought it was the same. That doesn't mean it was the same. On several of the registrations, and many of the addresses were non-existent or fake. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, who is currently attempting to prosecute 15 senior citizens, and the former Michigan GOP chair for casting an alternate set of electoral votes, yeah, they shouldn't have done that in 2020 election, asked the Michigan State Police to join the Muskegon Police and AG's investigation of the potentially massive multi-city voter fraud operation. Two members of the AG, Dana Nessel's Criminal Investigation Division, were assigned to the operation, yet curiously, she failed to mention the investigation to the public. To this day, Dana Nessel is still claiming that there was no evidence of widespread voter fraud in Michigan, despite the fact that she knew her office and the office of the blah, blah, blah hired her. We're involved, Michigan State Police, in a large-scale investigation that took place across the state before it was taken over by the FBI. After consulting with the Muskegon PD detectives and MDOS analyst Corey Ames, your affiant would describe the results as finding that a quantity of voter application forms were clearly fraudulent. A quantity of voter application forms are highly suspicious, having either erroneous or missing key pieces of information, and merit further follow-up and quantity of the voter registration forms appear to be legitimate based on cross-checks and database reviews. Wait a second. And merit further follow-up. And a quantity of the voter registration forms appear to be legitimate based on cross-checks and database reviews. So it says that it says highly suspicious, having either erroneous or missing key pieces of information, and merit further follow-up. And a quantity of the voter registration forms appear to be legitimate based on cross-check and database reviews. So there's why would it say like these are suspicious, they need to be checked on more, but a portion of them appear to be legitimate? The fuck? It should be noted that after documenting these crimes, investigating for weeks, Michigan police turned their investigation over to the FBI, who promptly buried the findings. Once again, the FBI apparently took no action. The police in Muskegon were investigating voter fraud in October 2020, a month prior to the general election. The FBI failed to follow up. The police report has redactions throughout, but not all names were redacted. The police report names GBI Strategies as the organization running the scheme. The Tennessee-based group is heavily connected to the Biden campaign and various other Democrat campaigns. They released a report also names Brillis as a primary person involved. Is it illegal to pay someone to get out and tell people that they should register to vote? The police report for 2020 reveals that GBI Strategies has been in operation since 2014, and the investigators found that GBI Strategies was paid $1,571,386 by Doug Jones for Senate campaign back in 2018. That was just one race they were involved in. On 10/26/20, MSP and intelligence analyst Degroot researched blank using the Center for Responsive Politics website. Degroot found that blank had a vendor recipient profile dating back to 2014. In 2018 campaign cycle, Degroot found that blank was paid $1.5 million by the Doug Jones for Senate, $657,000 by the New American Jobs Fund, and $188,000 by the Democrat Senatorial Campaign Committee. It still isn't even about votes. It's about registrations. There are many Republicans who couldn't stand Trump and voted Biden or didn't vote, and that's basically a vote for, when in a close race, not voting is basically a vote for, the other person, whoever you're talking to at the time. On 10/26/20, your affiant did a Google search for blank. Your affiant found job postings offered by blank on jobsearcher.com and jobaddict.com. The posting on jobaddict.com by blank offered an administrative assistant position in Muskegon Heights, Michigan. The posting stated that the position paid $50 an hour for data entry work, working on a voter registration project. The position description stated the person would check the accuracy of voter registration cards while entering them into the system and would be calling registrants to get information for incomplete cards, scan the cards, and help with payroll. A woman interviewed by the police said she was paid $11.50 by week for giving a rental car. She said she was given a reloadable pay card, paragraph 3. Police report that hundreds of prepaid cards from different companies along with dozens of new burner phones were found on the Southfield raid in Michigan. But burner's been added here. Obviously, some parentheses. So if they were paying somebody to help people register, that's not illegal. They were paying them however the fuck they want to pay them. Reloadable pay cards is fine. And giving them a phone, a business phone, that's not illegal either. The rear storeroom, the office at St. Adams manager, Brillis, backpack, computer, and phone, several wire storage racks surrounded the border of the room, whiteboard, bulletin board on the other walls. Dozens of new phones were located in boxes. Hundreds of prepaid payment cards were also found unopened and addressed to blank. The cards were from 2 different companies. The police report noted that there were numbers of job openings in the Flint, Michigan, and regional field area manager postings in Washington, D.C. and Chicago, Illinois. The group had branches across the nation. During their investigation, the police also found partially completed voter registration forms, and police found Pelican cases in the room with semi-automatic rifles joined with suppressors and optics and customized pistols. Cool. One case had 4 rifles and 4 pistols. Binders containing employee information, completed van manifest, and completed and partially completed voter registration forms were found in the room. In addition to the shelving, the room had a long table in the middle with several chairs. Some of the partially completed voter registration applications with sticky notes were found on this table. Detectives also found a Pelican case in the room with semi-automatic rifles joined with suppressors and optics and customized pistols. Brillis indicated that the weapons belonged to the owner, blank. Detectives later found a binder in the room containing a valid tax stamps for the suppressors, recipients or receipts for several accessories, trust paperwork for the future transfer of the weapons, and other documentation. An ATF agent was called to the scene. The weapons were field tested for being fully automatic, examined, and found to be legal. So really, this is a nothing burger. They found guns there, but they were all legally owned by the owner in a case. The other case, one case had 4 rifles, 4 pistols. The other case had 1 rifle and a second weapon that appeared to be a short-barreled rifle, but qualified as a pistol with a folding stock. The weapons were secured and left in the custody of blank. Things started getting better for me under Obama. Raises, promotions, 401k climb, did good at the start. Under Trump until 2019, me and others got demoted and pay only. Then a bunch of teams were laid off. COVID happened. Other than getting sick and people I know dying, my job got better. Under Biden, I got a raise again, several, but oh, that's good. A lot of people don't know it, but if you got fucked this tax season, that's because Trump's tax plans gave the lower class people, middle and lower class, tax breaks for a limited amount of years. And it gave the upper class tax breaks indefinitely. We had the worst tax year I've ever had in my life this year, in case you're wondering. Yeah, it was cool to get a tax break for 3 years until he's out of office. Then the fucking taxes go up. The fuck out of here. The police report, why if our tax breaks were temporary, why were the wealthy tax breaks permanent, indefinitely, until the tax code changes again, until another president passes different tax code? That's weird. The police report claims the weapons were determined to be legal and lawful. So this is a nothing. This is just trying to stir up information. Like, they found weapons, but they were all legally owned. The affiant witness who filed out the affidavit first witnessed minivans moving from a hotel in Grand Haven to the location of the business, a former California eye care location. The next day, Detective Luker was notified. He went to address where he found a bag of trash filled with information on employee agreements. I want to see, what was the name of the place? GBI Strategies. Those are Tennessee based, right? Vendor receipt. So there's a bunch on OpenSecrets.com. They're a listed vendor. Investors Hub, Global Newswire. Yeah, man, none of these are real legitimate news sources. The biggest one is Gateway Pundit, and they're really a joke. They've just been propelled into the media enough. Let's go back to where we were. Detective Eric Roche from Grand Haven DPS contacted management and confiscated that blank and is due to check out by 11 a.m. On 10/28/2020, your affiant watched the business located at blank. At approximately 5 p.m., 3 different Dodge rental minivans, including one that was followed from blank hotel in Grand Haven, were observed at the business front. By the way, affiant is just a witness that come forward to fill out an affidavit. All were found to be rental vehicles. Numerous unknown persons were witnessed getting out of the minivan, both vans, and both coming in and going out of the front door of the business. Your affiant ran a Google search and found the California Eye Care is permanently closed business. So they're riding in a minivan. That's scary. 10/29/20 at approximately 10:30 a.m., your affiant spoke with Detective Luker. Detective Luker stated they went to blank at approximately 10 a.m. and observed 3 parked minivans at the business and no persons inside of the business or the vans. Detective Luker was able to retrieve a bag of trash found near the dumpster at the rear of the business. Detective Luker found paper in the bag with blank information about employee agreements. Your affiant believes that blank is the temporary business office for Muskegon operations based on surveillance and the documents found in the trash. Your affiant believes the documents financial, and they cut it off, of course. The affiant believed the records found at the location were crucial in determining the crime of election fraud, forgery, and determining who may be criminally liable. Oh, financial records and electronic files located in the business are crucial to determining the crime and election fraud, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but no one's proved election fraud yet. The only thing we've heard so far is that this one lady thought it was weird, and she thought that maybe some of the addresses are wrong, but they required more research, and that some of the phone numbers are wrong, and that maybe it could have been the same handwriting. Sure. What if they're helping disabled people and they fill them out for them, like literally sitting there for them? I don't know. The affiant later obtained a copy of the Muskegon PD report 2020-19 124, authored by Officer Foster, with a supplemental report by Detective Logan Anderson, along with a copy of the search warrant of the business location. The next paragraph from the police document reveals that I would like to see the grounds for their search warrant. Muskegon City Clerk Ann Misch and Deputy Clerk Kimberly Young this is the way the system's supposed to work, right? They investigated it, and they saw something, they said something, they investigated it. So far as nothing's went wrong. Unless there was like some red-handed, absolutely 100%, this is illegal, and then it was dropped. So far the system's working, correct? Or am I wrong? Misch and Young contacted police after receiving multiple state of Michigan voter registration application forms, which in their opinion appeared to be fraudulent. According to the report, Misch based her opinion on the fact that some of the addresses on the applications appeared to be invalid or non-existent. Also, some of the phone numbers were invalid, and some signatures did not match those on file. Signatures not on file is like, imagine the difference between signing a signature on paper and going to the DMV and signing a signature on the little computer screen. It's probably not going to look the same. I would think you would have to ask the people if they signed that. My digital signature never looks the same as my in-person signature. Misch also noted that the handwriting on the ballots appeared to be the same, with a similar signature, and all of the ballots appeared to come from the same company, with 2 locations in Southfield and Auburn Hills. Misch told police that some of the forms were dropped off in person in the Muskegon City Clerk's office by a black female who didn't. We've already heard this. As Brianna Hawkins, Ms. Hawkins said her employment entailed registering voters and helping them obtain absentee ballots. Sure. Misch estimated that a leftist organization developed. Did it say they only registered lefty people? They only registered people on the left? Delivered approximately 8,000, 10,000 voter registration forms to Muskegon City Clerk's office and provided a sampling of 42 suspected fraudulent ballots. Out of 10,000, they thought 42 were fraudulent? Are you shitting me? Out of 10,000, they thought 42 looked weird? Applications to Officer Foster for examination. Misch stated they identified by viewing her Facebook profile. Brianna Hawkins dropped off between 8 and 10K. In reviewing Muskegon Police Report, your affiant learned that the following 1016, blah, 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 Muskegon Department received sample statements for which their opinion was to be fraudulent. Misch based his opinion on the fact that some of the addresses and applications appeared to be invalid or non-existent. Some of these phone numbers were invalid, and some of the signatures on the forms did not match signature on file with Secretary of State. For example, one form lists the address in blank. Those addresses do not exist in Muskegon City house numbering system. Another form listed blank Avenue, which is the address of Muskegon High School and clearly is in residence. Misch also noted that the handwriting on multiple applications appeared to have the same similar signature, and all that the applications came from the same company, with 2 locations in Southfield and Auburn Hills. The 2 addresses were found on return mailing labels from United States Postal Service packaging used to mail voter registration forms. Misch stated some of the forms were dropped off in person to the Muskegon City Clerk's office on 10/8/20 by a black female. The female identified herself as Brianna Hawkins and stated she was employed by blank, blank, and or blank. Told Misch that her employment entailed registering voters and helping them obtain absentee ballots. Blank provided Misch with a mobile phone number of blank. Misch said that blank appeared nervous to talk about her employment and said she would need to call her supervisor before answering any additional questions. Yeah, you probably do need to call your supervisor for answering questions for other people. Anyways, Misch estimated that blank and blank had delivered approximately between 8 and 10,000 voter registration forms to Muskegon City Clerk's office and provided a sampling of 42 that were suspected fraudulent. They identified blank by viewing her profile picture. On 10/20/20, blank returned with the intent to deliver registration. Okay, we get cut off after that. To conduct follow-up and found that the following issue, Detective Luker found the address on both forms, blank, did not exist. The name on the first form, blank, was searched in Muskegon RMS, LEIN, and Michigan SOS, blank. The name of the second form is listed as blank with a duplicate date of birth, blank, with searched in the same database, blank. Detective Lurker and your affiant examined a batch of 18 separate voter registration applications. When the applications were printed out and placed side by side, the handwriting on 18 forms appear to be done by the same writer, and numerous signatures have similar characteristics. Your affiant noted that multiple forms were missing key information, had duplicate last names at different addresses, and had inaccurate information. After consulting with Muskegon PD detectives and MDOS analyst Corey Ames, your affiant would describe the results of finding the quantity of the voter applications forms clearly fraudulent, a quantity of the voter application forms are highly suspicious, having either erroneous or missing key pieces of information and merit further follow-up, and a quantity of the voter registration forms appear to be legitimate based on cross-checks and database reviews. So out of 42, a quantity of them are legit, and some of them may have missing information. On 10/27/20, your affiant contacted the United States Postal Service Inspector James Van D. Pute in Detroit. Tracking information from 6 blank labeled packages received at the Muskegon Clerk's Office was sent to the United States Postal Analyst for review. At the time of the search warrant, affidavit results on the request are not yet available. Dozens of new phones, hundreds of prepaid payment cards. Also in the report, left-wing ballot organizing group has suppressors, silencers, and you're adding all this left-wing ballot organizing group. Let's see what GBI Strategies took. Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee, DNC Services Corp., Democratic Party of Iowa, the Black PAC, Biden for President, Black Church PAC, Julian for the Future, and League of Conservation Voters. That's the donations that GBI Strategies have made. Yeah, that's the number of donations they made in 2019, 2020. 2018, Doug Jones for Senate, New American Jobs Fund, Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee, Ethan Pham for Congress, NEA Advocacy Fund in 2018. What about, let's go way back. Let's go to 2008. None. 2010. None. 2012, none. 14. 14 is the first year. Democratic State Central Committee, Louisiana, and Linda Sherrill for Congress. Donations. That was the first year. Then 2016, NEA, we've seen that one before. NEA Advocacy Fund and Right 2016. 2018, I already read that one. That's the one that ended it with the NEA Advocacy Fund. The released police report has redactions throughout, but not all names are redacted. The police report's name is GBI Strategies Organization. The Tennessee group is heavily connected to the Biden campaign and various Democratic campaign committees. They released a report also named Brillis as a primary person involved. The police report also notes that the organization used rental cars around the state as part of its deployments, naming several of the field locations and operations. On election night, a suspicious 3:30 a.m. van delivering the Biden ballot dump in Detroit at the facility formerly known as the TCF Center was accompanied by a vehicle registered to a rental car company. Oh, God. That's been debunked. Unanswered, Michigan State Senator Ruth Johnson's former Secretary of State, including many individuals who moved or died. Even some individuals who undergone non-citizens were made. Both ballot applications and live ballots were not seriously checked for a signature match. But again, out of 10,000, there's 42 in question, and a portion of those were great. So let's say it's 50-50. That's given a good benefit of the doubt. So now we're talking about 21 that could have potentially been, and they weren't even votes. They were registrations for absentee ballots. And did they get approved or denied? Does anybody know? Yeah, registering to vote is you can fucking, there's gift cards sometimes, there's different things. You can pay companies to register people to vote. Like, I have to sit down and read through this whole report. I'm about to download it, but I have to sit down and read through this whole fucking thing. Let me see. Can I download it? Yeah, download. Okay, MSP FOIA. And this is police report 2 of 2. Let's download it as well. There we go. One's 32 pages, one's 28 pages. I'll go through this. I have the time to do it tonight. I gotta end soon. Oh, I saw Rob P earlier. I don't know if you guys did. I saw Rob P earlier. I told you that when you said it earlier about Ramesh. Ramesh has Mort hostage. And I don't think he's shown his face while he's got somebody held hostage. I do want to join that pure art thing. It's from Enough EIE, Enough is Enough room. It says, do your own research about WW2 and Adolf Hitler. The history you know is a lie. Thank God we're getting the truth here finally. What the fuck is this? Is it just a Hitler love form? He's been in the back. Like, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but he's been in the background of some of Mort's videos. He picked him up after Mort escaped, I think.
An ideal to strive towards.
Just a little worship video from Enough is Enough. You know, that big fat motherfucker with Sunshine and Mary. What's his name? I can never remember his name. Gordon? Gordo?
But in time, they will join you in the sun.
He's the Gordon Fisher, man.
In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
In time, they would join you in the sun. They also shared this one. I swear, Gordon shared this. Gordon shared this. I saw the sign, and it's a swastika. The fuck is wrong with these people, dude? They also shared this post. It says, influencer Hannah Pearl Davis. Oh, is that just Pearly Things? Let me see. Hannah Pearl Davis. Is that just Pearly Things? Does anybody know? It says she dropped a new single.
What up, guys? Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel, and welcome to the pregame.
I was wondering if she said her full name. It looks like her. Apparently, she's dropped a new single. Pearl Davis. Yeah, that's her. Here's Pierce Morgan confronting her, I think.
Well, this week, she's facing a major backlash for posting a song titled Why Can't We Talk About the Jews, which she dedicated to far-right commentator Nick Fuentes before later deleting it.
Why can't we talk about them?
There it is. Oh, she didn't say it.
Without getting kicked off of YouTube. Now, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy.
Australian Johnny, I don't see him very often anymore. Every once in a while. Sometimes we see him a lot watching, but not commenting.
But I kind of want to.
Wait a second, what'd that say?
Hitler was a good guy. But I kind of want to off of YouTube. Now, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy.
I didn't want to cut her out of context. She's not saying that.
But I kind of want to know why. Now there's all these conspiracy theories. And the more they talk, I think maybe they're right. But
Gordon's turned into a full fucking Nazi. He shared a news story that says migrants accused of live streaming a rape of a girl won't be deported. And then he says migrants expressing anti-Semitism in Germany could face deportation. Wow. All right, and then the post you guys have been waiting for from the... Oh, you want to watch the rest of this? I'll be right back. While you're watching it, I got to pee.
You've come on the show a couple of times, right? We've had some spirited debates about feminism and stuff like that, and I thought you made some good points, and it's got lots of traction. Then I wake up the other day and I see this thing that's trending involving you doing this song, and I couldn't really believe what I was watching. I didn't know why did you find it funny?
Huh?
Did you find it funny? I mean, you know the backlash to it. I mean, you deleted it. You obviously thought you shouldn't have posted it. Why did you do that? Genuine question.
I mean, the point was more about cancel culture and people getting kicked off of social media if you finish the song. It was more about, like, you
So I
can't
have a
talk
question.
about this topic without being canceled.
Do you guys think that my content is transformative or no? There was a big debate the other day. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Ethan Klein from H3H3, which is probably the only... I don't like him. I don't care for him. I used to love him, but I think he's changed quite a bit. But anyways... he's probably the only person on YouTube that's won a successful copyright court claim for fair use. It was huge, got a ton of media attention, blah, blah, blah. He debated XQC, who is a huge live streamer, multi-millionaire from live streaming, XQC. And I feel like XQC lost because he was too mad the whole time. But there was a big debate the other day about what's transformative, what's not, what's fair use, what's not.
Canceled by the
It was
left.
yesterday, actually.
I don't really have a strong opinion either way. It was kind of just like tongue in cheek. I didn't really expect it to get that crazy. It wasn't dedicated to anyone. I don't know why they say that, but that's not true.
I mean, Nick Fuentes is a white supremacist. He's a Holocaust denier. He said afterwards that you had dropped a diss track on the Jews, which he clearly took to be something which was, you know, mocking Jewish people, talking about, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I want to know why. What do you want to know why?
Well, it was more like, why can't we talk about it? It wasn't like
you talked
one
about
way
the
or
more
the
conspiracy theories you've heard about Hitler and the Holocaust, presumably.
I'm a fan of conspiracy theory. Like, you know, people think I'm part of the CIA. There's a whole conspiracy thing online.
I'm
And,
CGI, part of the CIA.
No, I'm not for, like, silencing it either way. The point of the song isn't, like, I really have an opinion on the matter. It's more, I don't think we should ban people off of social media. So far so that I don't even, like, I think it should be illegal to ban anybody off of social media unless they're inciting violence. That was the point of the song. I'm not really...
Wait a second.
It
That doesn't
was
sound like
more
the point of the
tongue in
song.
But just to be clear, what are the
A
conspiracy
song called
theories
Why Can't We
surrounding
Talk About the Jews?
Hitler, which you feel, the more you hear...
We don't have to watch Pierce Morgan. We can close that. Oh, there's my buddy Tate. The thing that I wanted to read with you is the probably the post you guys have been waiting for. Well, first of all, this one. So you guys remember, hey gosh, Sunshine, or not Sunshine? Fucking, god damn it! Why can't I think of her name now? Kim Kukish. Hey gosh, this is her new design right here. And it says, boss, let me start my production healing line. Let me start my production healing line. I need a replicator. This is my prototype. And she needs to replicate these so she can sell them. God put me in this time. God put me in it this time to protect Earth from the technology Nikola Tesla designed. Kimberly Kukich Tesla, CEO of TNT. So this is her proto. Everybody's going to be wearing these one day. Everybody is going to be wearing these. Maybe a week or a month from now. she just needs to get a hold of a replicator. This is our brand new healing line design for a hat. I'm in it. Looks like Fruity Pebbles.
Boss, in all seriousness, I'm not putting this out. This is for the blog. Someday you can drip this, leak this, whatever. This hat is the inspiration with the heating pad and the RFID. I need to know more about this.
It has a heating pad and RFID in it. So thank God.
The ability to turn it off.
The one thing I always think when I put on a hat is, wow, my head is just way too cool. I wish I had a heating pad. And also, if I could slam my head up against a fucking credit card reader to check out, that would be pretty neat. Just start repeatedly headbutting the credit card machine at checkout until you hear beep beep and you're good to go.
I need to know more about this. I want the ability to turn it off and on in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kim Kukich. Thank you.
Boss, no, seriously.
So she posts that and says, boss, let me start my production healing line. I need a replicator. This is the prototype. God put me in it this time to protect Earth from the technology Nikola Tesla designed. Protect Earth from the technology Nikola Tesla designed. That's weird. I thought she was giving us that technology. Kimberly Kukich Tesla. And then the post everybody's been waiting for. Let me actually see if I can do this. I want to... on just a second. I'll just sign into a different account. Let me go to here. And then we'll go to... There's been our good friend, Shelly Belly, has been doing her thing, living her best life, decoding the gematria. Have you ever seen the rain? That's CCR. Let's go over to her page and see what she's got going on here. They've been prayer chanting me out of their chat, and like I said, gave me erectile dysfunction. That was pretty interesting. This is thank you for giving to the Lord. Drew Parker, what a day that will be. Acoustic cover, the church sessions. We the Kingdom, Holy Water. Joey and Rory, take my hand, precious Lord. Mercy me, almost home. Thank you for giving to the Lord again. Then we get different Bible verses. So we get a few Bible verses here with a little bot. Then someone decodes, have you ever seen the rain 265? Have you ever seen the rain 329 reverse? Then we get CCR. Have you ever seen the rain coming down? Where's Maria? Carla, did you run her off? Truth and Inspiration is marked out, and it's actually lies and deception. Then here are all the posers. Meet Jill and Tracy. We're here to pose because we're posers and coattail riders. This is Jill and Tracy, the MAGA Barbies. They are very negative 48 coattail riders. 2023 karma at 2023 karma. It's the blind leading the blind since Neg died. Carla, why did Neg have QAnon in his Twitter profile? I'm a Protsmanian, and I'm Carla. Want answers? Visit the Remnant Room. So this is their new advertising campaign. Melissa the Bully. Everybody's got a nickname. Melissa the Bully. I know the truth about this woman. She's nasty, nasty person with anger management and derangement issues. She's notorious for blocking pages on Telegram who call her out. Fear not, the White Hats have her cornered. She's along with many others hurt. She, along with many others, have hurt the plan, and justice will be swift. Be careful who you follow. The Protsmanians. Negative 48 said he was done talking on one of his last chats and died shortly thereafter. Well, he finished and said, well, I'm done talking, I guess. But yeah, that was a clue. Michael told them over and over and over, ask questions, say no to secret societies and bullies. Another failed attempt at trying to teach the comatose vertical meat suits. This is at the Ark outside in Georgia. Our story. This is Eclipse Demolition. Are you looking for just another demolition company, or do you want one whose level of service eclipses all the rest? Well, if that's the case, you've come to, this is just a a business that they're now harassing because I guess Crystal Lynn Protzman worked there at some point. She's the owner. That would be Negative 48's ex-wife, right? Yeah, she's 60. She's the owner. It says trucker at Help Supply Services and manager automobile wrecking WIS. Mike, can you smell the death? It's in the air around you. Oh, that's my shit right there. I am near. You took Kelly's sat. She's sending my messages to somebody and it says you took Kelly's side and stabbed me in the back. You will answer to God for what you have done. Positive was murdered. And you allowed Kelly to control you. You've been working with her this whole time. That is why you never came to my defense when I was booted from the ark. Shame on you. He responds, such drama. And she says, drama my ass. Positive is dead. And you were silent. And they left her on red. Of course, that's the only way to treat these crazies. That's for you, Mike Penny. That is Mike Penny she's messaging. Q is all over Pure Art's ass. Oh no, they're going after Pure Art's ass. Q is all over Pure Art's ass. Oh, 351. Why did they put EP in there? Arts, they spelled this all kinds of wrong to get 351. Look at all the shit up here in this. Like you're supposed to put the text, Q is all over Pure Art's ass, and they put a bunch of other shit in there to make it 351. EP, and then it's Pure Art AS, not apostrophe S. The fuck? Anyways, panic mode. Enjoy the show, Q. On May 18th, 2018. Pure evil in panic mode. Look out. The romper room. The romper room staying up past their bedtime. Oh, this is Pure Art. I want to get there. Willy-nilly made this coded meme you like using so much. AA Ron. Oh, no. Pure Art claims willy-nilly made this meme. Go figure. Oh, uh-oh. Sheriff's Department, Wabash County, Minnesota. There's a Sheriff's Department index, PHP, so there you go. Look them up. There's the sheriff that is the sheriff where Negative 48 died. He had literally nothing to do with it. Here's the list of names I sent her that I just made up. Jacobs, Turner, Erholtz, Barch, Dykes, Protzman, Lewis, Biden. By the way, the sheriff's name is Barch. That's why I included it. I don't know why I put Biden. Oh, here's what I wanted to show you. Attention, Negative 48 followers. I have more where this comes from, but for the love of God, wake up to what has happened. Do your research and realize the person you have put in power. I warned you Kelly was evil, and look what you have allowed to happen. For being stupid and not asking questions. Stop it. Enough is enough. Stand up and speak out. This is war. And she shares all of it. She shares. I wonder if is the Lizard King in there? Oh. Love you, Shelly. Jesus fucking Christ. 1 for me, 0 for Shelly. I watched him take his last breath. Can you smell death is in the air around you? I am near. Oh, there it is. I'm the fucking Lizard King, 357. No wonder Pure Art enjoyed it. I hope they send me a link. I want to go over there and watch and check out some of their fucking, check out some of their memes. They seem to have some very spicy meme balls. I'm the fucking Lizard King. Don't be mad, Shelly. Give Papa a hug. Amen. Oh, I can't believe they were watching last night. I had no idea. I think we need to book Shelly versus Kelly in Gematria Grave match. That's right. Grudge match. No holds barred. I want that chair from the Alabama Pier fight on my side. That was fucking wild. Karma's a bit. Oh, they're sharing Karma stuff again. Bruce Lee Saldana. Uh-oh. He's a surveyor. They found the video that I stole that screenshot from, but luckily I never said that it was I never said that it was negative 48. It was just it was the first when I typed in dirtbag crash. It was the first one where you couldn't see somebody's face and it looked like a wreck. They posted it like 5 fucking times. We are live. God bless you, New Hampshire. 2/2/2024. China, Russia, Iran, North Korea. 1 day voting. Stop and frisk. By the way, she's posted that set of my messages everywhere today. Our country's being invaded. COVID is a gift from China. Running on fumes. Drill, baby, drill. They're just decoding the world. Everything that's sent to them, everything that's said, every idea that pops into their head, they get a gematria number for it. President Trump looks ahead to 2024 and beyond. Yep. But you guys still think he's president, you psychos. So look how many breakdowns. I've been scrolling forever. Look how many gematria breakdowns they did. Jesus Christ. They still haven't figured out it's cold beer yet. There's another person she's harassing that went to the fucking Meadow Valley Motocross. This guy was at Meadow Valley Motocross the day. All he said was he was there the day that someone died. And then she's like, well, what'd you see? What happened? Where's the bike? Where's Shelly? Where's this? Where's Kelly? There it is again. Where's Kelly? Why'd you do it? And like, he's like, I don't want to talk to you. Block. Jesus Christ. All the satanic witches will burn in hot dung forever, 524. God is real, Jesus is real, and so is the Holy Spirit, Gene, 524. We must walk the path of straight and narrow way, 524. Gematria is proof of intelligent design. God does exist, 524. Jesus Christ says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, 524. It's biblically, y'all. It's biblically. Look, she shared it again. She just kept sharing this all fucking day, dude. She's tried to warn everybody that I'm the fucking Satan guy. That I'm fucking Satan. I still don't think they've figured out it's me, but they will eventually. The last time beer was mentioned on their show was on 7/31/2023, and it says buying a cold beer from Warren. But they've never mentioned like cold beer, like in my capacity, I guess. I don't even know what they would call me. What would they call me? Yeah, I don't think there's no way they mentioned me, right? No. Okay. Anyways, that is Shelly. She's still doing her thing, and God knows it's a rough thing to do. I got to get home, but I want to see. I want to leave you with a good Scott Rogers video or something. What we got here? Yes, Will, they know who you are. Well, I know they know who I am, but they don't know what I'm doing right now. I've done a show on Shelly, and some of her followers showed up and then shared it in her post and shit, but they don't know what I'm doing right now. Oh, come on. Are you not going to play again? It did this last time I looked up Scott Rogers, didn't it? The fuck? Let's try again. I'll go TikTok home again.
This is what happens when you arm a robot with a screwdriver and give it to TikTok Live. We had about 2,000 people trying to stab us in the leg pretty much all night. It was great. It was eerie that
If it doesn't like play the preview, I don't think it's going to play. Damn it. Oh, well. I tried.
And also, I got a new car yesterday. I'm financing it.
It's pretty sweet.
It's a 2015 Hyundai Elantra, and it's a pretty sweet ride.
It's a pretty sweet ride.
Minutes, Scotty. You told me you'd be understanding. Scotty!
No. And also, I got a new car yesterday. I'm financing it. It's a 2015 Hyundai Elantra, and it's a pretty sweet ride.
Wait 8 minutes, Scotty. You told me you'd be understanding.
They're telling me to ask you about.
You guys want to watch this corn
They're telling
video?
me to ask you about the Reddit video. What does that mean?
Don't even go there. Don't
go there, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry.
Because someone posted a not good video on there.
A not good
What they
video.
I do have.
Oh shit! Somebody just sent me the link. I think. Oh yeah. Oh, we are in pure art now. I bet you they troll the fuck out of her. Sorry. If you start understanding what crazy people are thinking, you have a problem. Oh no. Robert, you need a rest. That's important so you're ready for that biblical moment we are waiting for. Your health is important. Love you. Oh no. We're in, boys. We're in. Oh no. Look at some of these memes. They're funny as shit. Here's Shelly. When someone says, you and what army? Look at the army of angels. We're in, boys. Oh, Shelly's mission, Bucky's. Oh, I'm a forward-backward kind of guy. Holy shit. I'm a forward-backward kind of guy, like a Baphomet being. Is that what your fupa is hiding, Master Shelly? If you start understanding what crazy people are thinking, you have a problem. Oh, I love it. I'm so glad to be here. Man, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, whoever sent me the invite. I'm excited. I wonder if they shared any of the... Hold on, let me do this. I don't want to share the whole channel, and I don't know what'll pop up yet. Liz greater than lizard. I was looking for Lizard King. God, this looks like it's gonna be fun. Jesus Christ. They got the Mike Penny message. So much drama. They've got everything here. Relative of yours, Miss Carolyn Bird. Oh no. Carolyn Bird sends a bunch of like God weird fucking tweets out over and over again. They found my name as following Karma. Carolyn Bird. Oh shit. Special streaming event, ETS. Thanks, Mr. Will Bird. They started GGQ was decoding Lizard King. Oh, that was good, guys. Anyways, thanks for sharing my shit out there. I appreciate it. I don't know if you'll like the other shows, but we'll get back after Shelly in a little bit. The only reason I can't put her in the title, so more people would know that we're doing the Shelly thing, is because last time I did, her followers showed up, then ran over there and told them in the live stream, then they were there for the live stream, and I don't want obviously I don't want her to know it's me. I want her to think it's the fucking Lizard King. I'm the motherfucker. I got that off Robert California. You guys ever watch The Office? He's like, you think you're gonna back me into a corner? You think you know me? I'm the fucking Lizard King. And no one knows what the fuck it means. Oh, it was funny though. It was pretty funny. They're laughing at her saying, "Are you God?" Oh man, this is gonna be a good channel. That's pretty good. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. That was fun. Yeah, God, they got some good memes already. Look at all these. And I'll share some of them later. Oh, they got a picture of Carol. Is that Carolyn Bird? Is that what that bitch looks like? Hold on. They're comparing Will Bird and Carolyn Bird. Look out. Is that what she looks like? Jesus Christ, are we sure she isn't the Lizard King? Damn it. That is rough. That is rough. Now they're fighting each other. Jesus. They're trying to equate Will Byrd and Carolyn Byrd, I guess. Nasty John would like to have a word. Who the fuck is Nasty John? I've got to read through this. Oh, there's something called the Refiner's Fire. What the fuck is that? I've got to go through this, guys. Anyways, thank you all for joining us. I appreciate it. I got to get home. I got to get up early and mess with the electrical and shit at the camper. Pure Art is a one-man show. Oh, that's cool. There's a lot of fucking good memes there. They got how many people are in that? 175 members, but they got 18,000 photos. I can't wait to go to all of them. Thank you guys for joining us. I got to quit early today. I know it wasn't a normal show, but I kind of got sidetracked right at the start of the show. If you want to contribute, help the show keep going, you like what you see, go to coldbeer.fun, coldbeer.fund. Follow me on my other social medias. We're going to get banned, I'm sure. But thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night. Don't do anything the Lizard King would do. And we'll see y'all later. Have a good one, guys.
But I can tell you this about if this.
We'll go over some more stuff tomorrow. I try to make up I really want to get back on track with Patreon, so I'm going to try to make up the Patreon show tomorrow, depending on how much time I spend trying to fix the fucking electrical and do all that shit, too.
They are.
Damn, it's been a rough week.
You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about.
I'm excited to see what Shelly does. Apparently these people troll her as well pretty heavily. I mean, like more than we did. We've only done it like 2 or 3 times. Which last time I had her going good. What did I do last time? I was in her voice chat.
Jesus.
And had her going on something. I can't remember what it was.
Fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like Thor in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go.
It is pretty wild just to sit back and watch the crazy, I think, over there. Like, they're new levels. Like, I don't get it. Everybody's been replaced. He's not dead. Everybody's ever died is alive, except for the people they don't like, which are really dead because the white hats took them out. It's wild.
Cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped him to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing? Stop. Hold on.
Oh, you guys know who Brittany Venti is?
This is my mom's an alcoholic.
Brittany Venti and Lauren Southern trolled the fuck out of Rollo Tomasi, the guy who calls him like the Godfather of the Red Pill or whatever. Look up Brittany Venti's newest video. It came out probably about 6 p.m. this evening Eastern time, maybe 5, somewhere around there. It's amazing. It's amazing. They trolled the fuck out of him. Remember when there was a rumor that Lauren Southern had a baby with Destiny? Well, the troll has been had to be revealed now.
Working copy on Coxicane first, 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know hitters. Assholes throwing bullshit, sending bronze to the shitter. All this nonsense on my conscience, it's hard to sleep at night. Who the fuck is in my window with this time of the night? These parasites, these leeches, with all their secret meetings, teaching all you fucking cretins.
I think she may come around to realizing she's suffering from buyer's remorse. Seemed like she didn't know much about MVP. She's not intellectual giant. Oh. Have a good night, everybody. Sorry the show was kind of weird today, but I had had shit going on at home.
You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. You don't have those guts, cause you're a pussy. You're a pussy wearing aviator glasses in your mother's basement, and I won't even give out your dime store handle, because that's really pathetic.
Have a good night, everybody. See you on the next one.